I'll get straight to it. Yes, $100 an hour with crypto arbitrage is possible in 2025, but it isn't typical, it isn't passive, and it definitely isn't push a button, print money. If you want the honest version, I'll show you how arbitrage actually works in crypto, what the math looks like, what kills your profits, and what the realistic setup needs before $100 per hour even enters the chat. Arbitrage means buying and selling the same asset at almost the same time in two different places to capture a small price gap. In crypto, that could be Sol, BTC, ETH, or any liquid coin trading a little cheaper on exchange A than on exchange B. You buy where it's cheaper, sell where it's more expensive, and keep the spread after fees. Before I continue, this is not financial advice, just what actually works. If you like videos like this, hit like and subscribe to help the channel grow. I'd also like to take this opportunity and thank over 5,000 people who already subscribed. Thank you. Now, the reason this works is fragmentation. Prices don't always update everywhere at once. Different venues have different liquidity, market makers, and participants. When volatility spikes, those gaps appear more often. The one most beginners think about is cross-exchange or spatial arbitrage. That's the classic buy on one exchange and sell on another. There's also triangular arbitrage inside a single exchange, where the relationship between three pairs is temporarily off, like BTC USDT, ETH BTC, and ETH USDT. And there's sex to dex or cross-chain arbitrage, where the same token trades differently across chains. Imagine Litecoin is $95 on exchange A and $96 on exchange B. On paper, that's about a 1% spread. If you buy 50 LTC at $95, you spend $4,750. You send the coins to exchange B and sell at $96 for $4,800. Gross profit, $50. Now subtract two trading fees and the withdrawal fee in LTC. What looked like $50 might now be $35 to $40, and that assumes the price didn't compress while you waited for confirmations. Speed is the whole game. If you can execute inside one exchange with triangular arbitrage, you avoid blockchain transfers and confirmations, which means you can be done in seconds. If you must move coins between exchanges, you're fighting both the clock and the meme pool. That's why many traders pre-fund multiple exchanges, USDT on one side and the coin on the other, so they can buy and sell immediately without waiting on a transfer. Now, the $100 per hour promise. If your average net spread after all fees is 0.4% to 0.8%, you need size to get meaningful dollars. At 0.5% net, you need about $20,000 of turnover per cycle to make $100. If your spread is 1%, it's half that. If it's 0.25%, it's double. That's why capital and speed matter. The spreads are small, so you either need size, repetition, or both. Can beginner with $1,000 account hit $100 an hour? Occasionally, during very volatile windows, maybe. But more realistic is $15 to $40 an hour in bursts when conditions are good. A trader with $25,000 to $50,000 split across 2 or 3 exchanges who's quick and disciplined can see hours that average around $100 and more, especially when the market is moving and inefficiencies pop up. It's not every hour, every day. It comes in waves. Now, fees are the silent killer. You're paying maker-taker fees on both legs and withdrawal fees if you move coins. 2 trades at 0.2% each is already 0.4% friction, which eats most of a 0.6% spread. Beginners often chase a green spread that's net negative after fees. Liquidity and order book depth matter. A screen might show a 1% gap, but there's only $800 of size at those prices. If you slam a market order for $10,000, you'll crush your own edge. Focus on pairs with real volume, where the top of the book fills up quickly. Operational friction is real. KYC withdrawal limits and pauses can stop a trade cold. Some exchanges temporarily disable deposits for specific assets, which is usually why a too good to be true spread exists in the first place. Always check deposit and withdrawal status before committing capital. Automation helps, but it's not magic. Scanners find a gap. They don't remove the friction. A few web-based tools worth knowing for beginners are ArbitrageScanner, Bitsgap, Crypto Hopper, or Coinrule. You don't need all of them. You just need one way to discover opportunities and one reliable way to execute quickly. Here's how a clean crypto run-through actually works. You're tracking SOL. On your scanner, SOL is lagging by 0.8% on exchange A relative to exchange B. You're pre-funded. USDT on A and SOL on B. You buy SOL on A and sell SOL on B immediately. You now hold SOL on A and USDT on B. Later, you rebalance using a fast chain like SOL or TRX. Net, you captured about 0.5% after fees on $20,000 notional and booked around $100. You can do multiple small cycles like this if the spread repeats. Triangular arbitrage is similar. Suppose SOL to USDT, BTC to USDT, and SOL to BTC are briefly misaligned. A bot can rotate through SOL, BTC, and USDT inside the same venue. Margins are thin, tenths of a percent, but speed and repeatability add up. Risk is not zero. Exchanges can slip, APIs can throttle, and the leg can fail. In cross-exchange trades, you can end up with inventory on the wrong side if the second leg doesn't execute. That's an inventory risk. You're now long or short into a moving market. Keep position sizes sane so a single failed cycle doesn't wreck your day. If you use APIs, lock down permissions. Disable withdrawals on API keys and enable two-factor authentication on everything. Don't keep more funds than necessary on weak venues. The more exchanges you add, the more operational surface area you create. Let's circle back to the $100 per hour question. If you're running a manual plus alerts setup with $5,000 to $10,000 total, you'll likely see good hours, around $20 to $60 and plenty of quiet time. If you're running $25,000 to $50,000 split across 2 or 3 exchanges, pre-funded with reduced fees and tuned alerts, then $100 per hour becomes realistic on the right days. If you add a triangular bot on a liquid venue, you can stack on top of that. But it's a job. It takes attention, discipline, and constant calibration. The biggest mistake I see is chasing headline spreads that are impossible to execute at size, or ignoring fees, or transferring slow coins during fast markets. The second is trying to do this with too many random exchanges. Start with 2 reputable venues. Get your fee tiers down. Whitelist fast networks for rebalancing and learn how their books behave. My honest opinion is simple. Arbitrage in 2025 is still alive, but it's thinner, faster, and more professional than the wild days. The low-hanging fruit gets eaten by bots. The edge for a human is preparation, pre-funding, great fee tiers, fast decision making, and focusing on narrow set of repeatable plays. If you want $100 per hour, you need either capital, speed, or both. If you're light on capital, aim for skill and repeatability first. If you're light on speed, stick to intra-exchange plays or times when the market is chaotic enough that gaps persist a bit longer. Arbitrage can still be one of the most low-risk ways to earn in crypto if executed correctly. Even a 1% gap can be turned into profit if you move quickly and calculate fees precisely. But remember, consistency beats hype. You'll make far more by capturing dozens of tiny, clean 0.5% spreads every week than by chasing one big perfect setup that never fills. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and leave a comment below about your experience with arbitrage trading. In a future video, I can explain which tools are the best when it comes to arbitrage trading. Until then, stay sharp, move fast, and never forget the real math behind every easy trade.